Okay, dear students, in the last class we discussed about an AC circuit containing inductance and resistance in series. In that case, I is represented by I0 sin omega t and E is represented by E0 sin omega t plus phi. That is, in a circuit containing inductance and resistance in series, the voltage leads the current by an angle phi, and the angle phi can be written as tan phi is equal to sin phi divided by cos phi. We know that sin phi is equal to L omega divided by square root of L omega square plus R square. The voltage leads the current by an angle phi, and tan phi is given by sin phi divided by cos. What is sin phi? Sin phi is equal to L omega divided by square root of R square plus L square omega square. So we can write tan phi as, because this square root of L square omega square is common in both these two terms. So we can write tan phi as L omega by R, where phi is equal to tan inverse of L omega by R. Okay, so this term square root of L square omega square is known as the impedance of the circuit. So that is the effective resistance offered by an LR circuit to an AC flow. So power factor of this circuit is given by cos phi is equal to R divided by square root of R square plus L square omega square. So what is the power factor? Power factor is given by true power divided by apparent power. True power is the power consumed by the circuit, that is a purely resistive power. So at that case, power, the expression for power is I square into the reactance. So in that case, in the case of a pure resistive circuit, true power is equal to I square R, and apparent power is given by I square into square root of R square plus L square omega square, because this is the resultant resistance or resultant or effective resistance offered by the circuit. So actually power factor is nothing but the true power divided by the apparent power. Let us discuss about the power factor later. Okay, so the cos phi is proportional to the energy spent, that is the, so the power factor or cos phi is nothing but the energy utilized by the circuit. So here cos phi is proportional to energy spent. If cos phi is equal to 0, at that time R is equal to 0. Okay, when will be cos phi is equal to 0? When R is equal to 0, R by square root of R square plus L square omega square is equal to 0. At that time cos phi is equal to 0. Okay, so when R is equal to 0, the power factor will be 0. Okay, so the power consumed is 0. When will be R is equal to 0? In a purely inductive circuit, R is equal to 0. At that time, power factor cos phi is equal to 0. And when will be cos phi is equal to 1? If L square omega square is equal to 0 or L is equal to 0. That means if inductance is absent in a circuit, that means in a purely resistive circuit, this term will vanish. As a result, you will get cos phi as R by R, that is equal to 1. Okay, so maximum energy is spent in a purely resistive circuit, while almost no energy is spent in a purely inductive circuit. Okay, so this is a vector diagram of an LR circuit. Here we are indicating the voltage drop across the resistance. because the voltage drop across the resistance is in same phase with current I, as we discussed in the case of a purely resistive circuit where current and voltage are in phase. So this VR is equal to voltage drop across the resistance which is in phase with the current. Here this is the voltage drop across the inductance. We know that in a purely inductive circuit the voltage will lead the current by an angle pi by 2. So we represent the voltage across the inductance in the y-axis. So this is a vector quantity and this is also vector quantity. The resultant of these two will be here. So in a circuit containing inductance and resistance, this is the resultant voltage. This VE is equal to VR square plus VL square. So here this is the angle phi. Here this is the resultant voltage. So in a circuit containing inductance and resistance, the current lag behind the voltage by an angle phi, or the voltage leads the current by an angle phi. So from this figure, VR is equal to IR, VL is equal to I into XL. So the resultant voltage is given by square root of VR square plus VL square. This is voltage across the resistance and VL is the voltage across the inductance. So that is given by I square R square plus I square into L square omega square. So E is equal to I into square root of, we can take I from this. So I is equal to square root of R square plus L square omega square. Okay, this is another type of analysis. We already did this analysis. So when E is equal to E0, I is equal to I0. So E0 by I0, we know that that is nothing but the impedance of the circuit, that is square root of R square plus L square omega square. From this expression also, what is tan phi? Tan phi is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So that is VL divided by VR. So from this expression also, tan phi is equal to L omega divided by R, because VL is equal to nothing but I into current into the reactance, inductive reactance, and VR is equal to current into resistance. So I into XL divided by I into R. So XL divided by R. What is inductive reactance? That is L omega. So this is L omega by R. So from this figure, what is cos phi? Cos phi is equal to adjacent side VR divided by hypotenuse, that is square root of VR square by VL square. So from this vector analysis also, we will get VL is equal to IR divided by square root of I square R square plus I square XL square. So you will get cos phi as R divided by square root of R square plus L square omega square. So this is the vector analysis of a LR circuit. So what is an admittance of a LR series AC circuit? The admittance is nothing but the reciprocal of impedance is known as. So the reciprocal of the impedance is known as the admittance. So admittance is given by 1 by square root of R square plus L square omega square. So what are the characteristics of an LR series AC circuit? So both EMF and current are sinusoidally varying one in the case of an LR series circuit. And the instantaneous value of the EMF lead the current by an angle phi, and the angle phi is equal to tan inverse L omega by R. And LR series circuit does not satisfy Ohm's law, that is E by I is not. In the case of an LR series circuit, E by I is not a constant. The ratio of maximum value of EMF to the maximum value of the current will give the effective resistance or impedance of an LR series circuit. Or E0 by I0 will give you Z. So these are the characteristics of an LR series circuit. Let us discuss about a pure capacitive circuit. So in a purely capacitive circuit, suppose E is equal to E0 sin omega t. So we discussed in the last class that for analyzing a circuit containing single component, it is easy to start with this voltage. So we take E as E0 sin omega t. We know that. Let us discuss about the working of a capacitor. Capacitor is nothing but two parallel plates, metallic plates. So they have positive and because a capacitor is a metal plate, it have lot of electrons within the metallic plates. These electrons can freely move, but the capacitor plate is neutral because there is a positive nucleus is also there. So this capacitor plate are electrically neutral, but they have free electrons to move. So what happened to this plate when we apply an AC? So during the positive half cycle, this will become connected to this terminal connected to positive and this terminal is connected to negative. So the electrons are came towards the negative terminal. Okay. As a result of this, and electrons are repulsed towards this, or electron flow from the first plate to this direction, and electrons are accumulated in the second plate. As a result, and electrons are accumulated in the second plate, same amount of electrons will leave from the first plate. As a result of that, a positive charge is accumulated in the first plate. After the positive half cycle, there comes the negative half cycle. At that time, the thing will reverse. That is, electrons will accumulate in this first plate. Similarly, similar positive charges accumulated in the capacitor plate. This will go on. This is the working principle of an AC. This is the working principle of a capacitor. So there will be a potential developed between these two plates. Okay. So the electrons only flow through the conducting wire. It cannot cross inside the capacitor. So this process will continue. So the potential developed is given by the charge accumulated in the capacitor is given by Q is equal to C into V. So V is equal to Q by C. We know that V is equal to E0 sin omega t. That is the applied voltage. Okay. The potential developed this is equal to this voltage. So that is equal to E0 sin omega t. We know that what is Q by C? There is nothing but V. So Q by C is equal to E0 sin omega t. And Q is given by C E0 sin omega t. Expression for current, because when we analyze the capacitance only circuit, we are going to find out the relation between current and voltage. In order to get a relation between current and voltage, we have to calculate what is the current in the circuit. So you will get current I as dq by dt. So I is equal to d by dt of C E0 sin omega t. So C E0 is a constant that can be taken outside. So C E0 into d by dt of sin omega t. So what is sin omega t? It is nothing but omega into cos omega t. So you will get this expression as C omega E0 cos omega t. So you will get I as C omega E0 cos omega t. Or this can be written as E0 divided by 1 by C omega cos omega t. But in order to compare the voltage and current in a circuit, we have to change this in terms of sine omega t. Okay. So we know that what is cos omega t? It is nothing but sine omega t plus pi by 2. So we can write the current as I is equal to E0 by 1 by c omega into sine omega t plus pi by 2. So this is given by I is equal to, when will be I will be maximum when sine omega t is equal to 1. Sine omega t plus pi by 2 is equal to 1. So at that time, current in the circuit is maximum and it is given by I0 or I max. So what is I max? I0 is equal to E0. This is the amplitude. So E0 divided by 1 by c omega. So E0 by I0 is given by 1 by c omega. What is E0 by I0? It is the impedance, or in a circuit containing capacitor, this is capacitive reactance, or it is, what is E by I or E0 by I0 is some sort of resistance offered by the circuit. So you get I is equal to I0 sine omega t plus pi by 2 and E0 by I0 is given by X. So X is equal to, so this effective opposition or effective resistance is known as the capacitive reactance. So Xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi. What is omega? Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So X is equal to 1 by c into 2 pi f. So X is equal to 1 proportional to 1 by f. The capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to frequency. Okay. So when f is equal to 0, when will be the frequency equal to 0? Frequency is 0 for DC circuit, DC flow, DC current. For DC current, frequency is equal to 0. So when in the case of a DC current, f is equal to 0. So what will be Xc? So that is equal to infinite. So a capacitor offers infinite resistance to the flow of DC, or simply the capacitor blocks the DC current. So that is the purpose of a capacitor. The important purpose of a capacitor is to block the DC current. So in a purely capacitive circuit, the current will lead the voltage. What is the expression for voltage? E is equal to E0 sin omega t. What is the expression for current? I is equal to I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2. So in a purely capacitive circuit, the current leads the voltage by an angle pi by 2. Okay, so that is the importance of the capacitive circuit. In a capacitive circuit, the current leads the voltage by an angle pi by 2. So when we draw a vector diagram between I and E, this I is given by I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2. When I is represented in the x-axis, we can write I as I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2 because we represent the voltage as E is equal to E0 sin omega t. So when we represent voltage as E is equal to E0 sin omega t, the current is given by I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2, or the current leads the voltage by an angle pi by 2 in the case of a purely capacitive circuit. When you represent I as I0 sin omega t, then you can write E as E0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, we can write in both. We can represent this in both type. Okay. So this is the graphical representation of instantaneous value of the current and EMF. So this is the voltage where E is equal to E0 sin omega t. So this. And what about the current lead? So when it is 0, it is pi by 2. So current leads the voltage by an angle pi by 2. So this is the representation of the current. Okay.